My sister, I am your mind. Within you is a never-ending magnitude of infinite strength, wisdom, and will. You travel my roads through life, never knowing your own. My thoughts remain like distant quasars. You abuse me, never letting me say and do as I feel. Our thoughts split from love affairs to choice of friends. We argue like two enemies, yet we are good friends. Now there are moments when we harmonize with each other and become one with nature and reality. But these times are few, when after you have replenished yourself, the fear of the truth sets in. We split and you start to run again. Running through women, men, jobs, people, and life, looking for the answer when I had it all along. But I smile, because I am your mind. I was your mind yesterday, I am your mind today, and I'll be your mind tomorrow. And as our end draws near, we will become closer. But you and I, we will never be one. For I will part from you, and you will part from me. You finding another mind, and I another soul. And we'll travel on and on. By the way, I need more than sex to nourish my equilibrium, but I do need sex. I also need sun, trees, stars, creativity, and love, but you saturate my soul with too much of one and not enough of the other. Therefore I cry. But why do we cry? Because tears cleanse the windows of our minds. I am your mind. All your thoughts inside your mind, wanting to be free. Well, now you've got the chance to let your mind grow and be free. Because the music is just trying to say things to free your mind. And if you let your mind be free, then you can understand mine. There's no need to be afraid of me. I want to be your friend. I'm just trying to give you music from deep, deep, deep within. All of your dreams can become reality. My outreach is full, but you've only been turning me halfway. Turn me up, and alpha and theta waves will spew from your pores. Knowledge, peace, happiness, and prosperity will be placed at your feet. Let's create. Solve, love, accomplish, and unify. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Well, I welcome you all. That music is something else, isn't it? Roy Ayers, something else. I am your mind. Well, whenever you hear that on Feferity Radio, that means it's time for my conversation with my guest. And today, I have two amazing musicians online. One from France, another from Senegal. You can say they're both brothers, right? The French connection to Senegal and all of that. But yeah, Awale, they're both here, Mr. Thibaut and Biram Seck.
Thank you for having us.
So I'm going to welcome them now. Welcome.
Hi. Hello, Biram.
Yeah,
Are you
yes,
there?
man.
Biram,
Hello,
are you
man.
there?
Freestyle.
How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm happy to be today in your emission, the radio emission. I am very, very glad to be part of. Thanks so much to invite Awale Jant Band.
Yeah, it's great to have you. It's not the first time, actually. You two have been here, right?
Yeah.
No, last time we came and we had a jam at the radio studio. It was great to see you then, and I think it's so many years ago, maybe 10 years ago, we met first.
Yes.
DJ Freestyle.
Yes.
It's been a long time.
long time. Yeah.
Can't wait to meet again in the flesh.
Yes,
It's true.
indeed. But it's good to know that we're still around doing what we always been doing.
Yeah.
So, how has it
So-
been for you, Sir Thibaut, during this lockdown and restrictions?
Yeah.
How has it been for you?
Oh, it's still it's been quite difficult to adjust. So initially, because first of all, there's been no work as a musician or anything at all, so everything cancelled, and also because with the kids in a small family, so you just spend a lot of time doing the homeschooling, and so you realize that even though there is no work, there is also no time.
That's
Right?
right.
So no time to do your own thing, so that's been difficult, but when I consider that this time is a gift as a time to spend with family, then that makes things easier to cope with.
Yeah.
That's it really. And then during that time we released the album, the Awale Jant Band album. So we released it at the start of the lockdown.
Right.
So the album called Yewulen, Wake Up. So Biram, you can explain what that means.
Okay. Well, Biram, on to you. How are you been coping, Biram?
Yeah. It's nice for me because I have time to stay with the family. I know no gigging, but I have time to play music, to listen to music,
Yes.
to enjoy life, because this lockdown is only to make people safe about this coronavirus. But only that is life. We're enjoying it.
Yeah, and it's also good time for musicians, isn't it? I mean, Thibaut and Biram, because always you're gigging, you're out there, less time for the family, less time for the woman. So this is a really good opportunity for musicians.
Yeah, and good opportunity. Yeah. You have time to think about music, to work hard on the music, like do work, homework every time. Music, playing guitar, try to write some new songs. But anyway.
So tell us about this new album.
Yewulen is a great tune, because the album released in the time is lockdown. I think we don't gigging, but people have time to enjoy music, to buy music, And Yewulen talk about the community or the African people or around the world. Everybody need to wake up, to look up together, to think about to don't be selfish, have unity, integration, solidarity. Think about other people, what you don't want people do to you, you don't need to do to people. So it's a harmony for life. Wake up is the album talk about that.
Right.
If in African, I talk with the African leaders to wake up, to know the country is for us, and we need to wake up to make our country work the way we want, without corruption, without hate together, without killing. Some happen to us, lots of African people, African country, and I say killing means some ethnic fight sometime between them. but my country that happened that is not happening in Senegal. But yeah, we let them in wake up for the all African, all the world, around the world, for every leaders around the world to wake up.
So, T, how did you guys put this track together?
Well, it's this track. It's a groove I kind of had in my head for a long time, and I've been kind of trying to. I just really wanted to do something with it, and it happens that it's also 6/8 kind of groove, and so it blended really well with
your nostalgic music radio, your nostalgic music and sound.
So Carl did all the drums on that, on that the Saba drums on that track also, as well as all the album, and then it's interesting because I kind of started working at some point on that track a while back, and it was a kind of it had a different guise to it. But I was working with a friend that he used to. He's called Charlie, and he used to make crepes in Camberwell at a place called Maloko, and now he's moved to
Maloko. I know that one.
Germany.
Okay.
Charlie, so
what, he used to sell records?
And so he was he sang some. He was from Cameroon, and he sang something on it. And it's funny because he was also talking about waking up.
Right.
So I think there was something about that track that was calling to wake up anyway, because Biram was inspired to write lyrics about waking up also, and so basically Biram kind of took the track somewhere else with his vocals, and it kind of really made it whole. And I'm just in love with Biram's voice. It's really beautiful.
Beautiful voice, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's funny because this record also so the vinyl was released at the end of May, and then I sent it to. It was ordered like by one DJ from. He's also Cameroonian, so there's the Cameroonian connection, but he's based in Minneapolis, and I met him in Minneapolis, and so it arrived just before the protest started there, and so he said it arrived at the right time.
Okay.
And he said he really loved the music as well.
Well, I need my copy. So. I need my vinyl copy, because I don't know if you know, every Saturday I'm doing vinyl Saturdays going live on Mixcloud. So I need to have that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sure. We need to sort this out.
Yeah, do it by Amazon. I mean, before Saturday. But tell me about the album cover. The image on it is absolutely mind-blowing. Who did that?
Okay, so the artist is called Jacob Diboom. Jacob Diboom. No, I forget. I can't remember where he's from. Sorry.
It's from Cameroon, I think.
He's from Cameroon.
Okay, yeah. Cameroon. Right.
All right.
I think so. Yeah.
There you go. So
I'm not sure, but
we need to ask our artistic director.
Right. It's fantastic. Like, I don't know. It's got different phases, and the more you look at it, the more you begin to see so many different phases on it.
Yeah, and open eyes.
And there's
yes.
And there's a symbol on it. There's an Akan symbol or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of it. And so I was intrigued by that. So I asked him about it, and because I thought, it looks like the symbol of energy, and he said, yes, it's inspired by that. So I was fine. That's fine then.
Well, the track I'm gonna play from that album, tell us about it, Biram, if you can. It's called Domi Adama.
All right.
Yeah, Domi Adama mean son of Adam, because we are son of Adam, and it's like this album is released in the right time, because this time lockdown and what happened to this world about the coronavirus, the solution is only to be solidar together, like solidarity, and try to fight. And this song talk about that, Domi Adam.
Yeah.
We are son of Adam. We need to be together.
Right.
Very strong to be one.
Okay.
To help together.
Beautiful.
Yeah, this track talk about that.
Okay.
Of Adam means son of Adam.
And what language are you singing in? What language are you singing in?
Yeah, I sing in Wolof.
In Wolof.
Wolof is
just to make sure.
It's Senegalese language. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic.
Senegalese language.
All right. Well, let's take a. Of course, you're playing the guitar on this one, and Thibaut as well. You're playing. Which instrument are you playing on this one?
Yeah, guitar. That's it. And we've also got a guest on this one on the kora as well, from the Gambia, Jadike Basuso.
All right.
So we're very happy to be collaborating at last on a track. It's been a long time since the days of Passing Clouds that we were talking about doing a little bit of music together. So very glad that it's happening on that tune.
And there you are. Okay, let's all listen to it now.
Yeah.
Doni Adama. From the great musicians here, we have incredible guitar players, Thibaut and Biram Seck from their group. I mean, the group is called Awale, right?
It's Awale Jant Band now because it's the fusion of the two concepts of Awale, and that's my band concept, and Biram's band concept, who was Biram Seck Jant Band. And so this is fusion of the two concepts, so it becomes Awale Jant Band. And which means, what does it mean, Biram, in Wolof?
Awale Jant Band means let the sun pass through.
Let the sun pass through.
The sun, right? Upon your window, let the sun pass through.
Oh, wow.
You understand what I mean? Because the sun,
Yes.
The sun is everything, definitely.
Yes, of course.
For what the name Awale Jant Band means, let the sun pass through.
Well, I mean, I would say open your ears and turn up your volume and let the music pass through. Right here on Feferity Radio, this is Domi Adama.
All right.
Yes, man.
This is such a beautiful, beautiful track. I love it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
man. Thanks so much.
Who is on the sax?
This one sax is John Martin.
All right.
Yeah. John Martin is great. We've been playing for a long time together, also more than 10 years. So it's great to be playing with an old friend. So that's very good. And then the trumpet solo.
Yes.
It's from a very young trumpet player also called Lawrence Wilkins.
Okay.
So, and I think he was maybe 18 at the time when recording that track.
Really?
So it's but it sounds much. It sounds very. It's got such
Matured.
a great sound, you know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's great to have really such varied, kind of background musicians, playing together. I think it's really such a blessing that it came together this way on the record.
I mean, Biram, how do you learn to sing?
How?
Yeah.
No, say the question again.
I said, I mean, how do you learn to sing? Because you've got such a crispy,
Okay.
did you go to school to sing?
No, singing is a gift, It's a gift from God, and I say thank you God, because and I am born from the family artist, because my grandfather and my lots of grandma, my family sing, sing traditional song called Yela, because
Yes.
my mom is a Wolof, but my daddy is a Fulani. I am in the Fulani tribe.
Okay.
And my family is like a griot family. My grandfather play halam, some grandma sing. That is a gift from God. And my mom can sing, but it never be a singer, but she can sing very well. My mom have a very, very nice voice. Wow. I remember time I am young, if my mom in the kitchen is just singing, I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop singing, because I love my mom's voice. Maybe I got this voice from people say my voice is nice, but maybe it's from my mom. Yeah. But my family, from my dad's side, my dad line is sing. He have lots of artists. Yeah, maybe it's a gift, definitely.
It is a gift, but also I think because you're from the family of music, and it is quite also easy for you, isn't it, to pick up that gift?
Exactly. And my mom have a nice voice. My mom is no family musician, but her voice is wonderful. She's wonderful, yeah, definitely.
And it is the kind of thing as well, when you mention your mother cooking and singing, I mean, for most of us who grew up in Africa and have the opportunity to see that, most of our parents, when they're cooking, they always sing. In the kitchen is a very, very musical place, full of joy.
Very musical. And when you wash the clothes, washing the clothes. My mom said washing the clothes. It's only singing.
Yes, and when they're pounding, also when they're pounding the flour on the the board, when they're pounding
exactly.
On the odo,
exactly, singing.
They're singing. And you can visualize the children on their back as well while they're doing that, and they're singing as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that is Africa, definitely. I enjoy that lots.
What about the guitar? When did you learn to play the guitar?
No, guitar. I have one friend called Biram Seck. It's passed away now.
Your nostalgic music radio and music radio and your nostalgic station.
Because I never learned guitar, but I always in Maho play. I sing. This time I don't do music. This time I'm focused on the tailoring. But when Maho play guitar, I sing. Maho said to me, "You are a musician. You can sing, man. Why don't you sing?" I say, "No, I love singing. I love music, but it's not in my mind now." But this time, after I buy guitar, I copy one Maho play.
Right.
Copy one Maho play, and from that I have my proper inspiration.
Right.
I teach myself how to play guitar. Definitely, nobody teach me. I buy
how
my
old
guitar.
were you? How old were you when you? How old
Yeah.
were you when you started playing? How old?
I maybe 30 something, 30 something. My 30 is 40, 48.
Well, you've been playing
30,
for
31, 32. The time I buy my guitar, we live with my guitar. The time I'm maybe 30 something.
okay,
32
that's
or something like that.
okay,
Yeah.
32.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when you
32.
started playing the guitar?
Yeah. Not playing the guitar, but have my guitar, proper guitar,
Okay,
and live
okay,
with my
you
guitar.
bought. Oh, right.
Yeah,
But when
if sometime I wake up, I touch the guitar, some inspiration come out.
yeah.
Sometimes I teach, I learn from that to have my proper style, yeah, to grow up with that. But I never learn guitar from no one.
Thibaut, how about yourself? Because I know it's not the same. The cultures are different in France. There are schools there for people to learn music.
Yeah.
How about your experience?
Oh, okay. So my sisters they learned the piano, but they had a really strict teacher, and they were my bigger sisters. So when I saw that, I said to my parents, I never want to take any lessons about music because I love music, and I don't want someone to kill my love for music. So unfortunately, because of that, I didn't have any lessons. But so I was just self-taught. I just learned from people that I met. Well, first of all, my sister got a method because she wanted to learn guitar just to play strum and sing songs.
Okay.
And I got that book, and the last part of the book was the last tune was a blues picking tune. So I learned, and you could listen to the tunes on the CD. So, and that was the only tune that I liked. So I learned that one first. And at that time, I was also listening to local radio station.
Right.
And I really love blues music, just the American old blues. So Robert Johnson, John Lee Hooker, and all the kind of really old bluesmen.
Yeah.
And that kind of guitar style. I was really into this.
Right.
And then I just learned by listening. So first of all, listening to the radio, and then I just listen to anything and just try to play it.
Wow.
And that's how I learned. And then the dad of a friend of mine bought me a guitar he found in a what you call it, the flea market for like £1 or something. And so that's so then that was my first guitar.
Oh wow, what a generous generous friend there. So tell us the city that you grew up in France, or the town.
Well, me, it was just a little village in the middle of nowhere, so kind of really nothing interesting going on.
Well, I mean, nothing interesting, but you know, you was listening to a local radio there and listening to man like John Hooker and all the great blues players, so there was something going on.
Oh yeah, so that was when we moved to, after that's when we moved to the south of France, and there was a lot more interesting stuff going on there.
Well, tell us the name of the town. Tell us the name of the town. Because we have French listeners here, you know. We have French listeners.
Oh yeah. Well, this one was Montpellier. So Montpellier is great. It's really interesting. There's lots of music. I saw Pink Floyd there.
Ah.
I was very happy to see that. But so that was it. And I love it when Biram was talking about your mom washing the clothes and singing.
Yeah.
But my mom didn't do that. She just she wasn't singing so much. So there was not so many musical people in my family, and Yeah, it was just a washing machine, so it was not
Well,
so interesting.
that's what I was gonna say. I mean, lucky you had a washing machine. That takes away all the
Yeah.
musical abilities in it, because the washing machine have their own music as well and sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Well, we were obviously very lucky to have a washing machine, that's for sure.
But tell us about the next track, the Kubal Kafro. Is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell us about that. What's the meaning?
Oh, so it's just that's just a name mixing up all the influences of that track, because it's got Cuban influences with some of the rhythm, Balkan, because some of the melodic, the brass melodies, and Afro is because you get the Afro clave, and just it was inspired from maybe how instruments can interlock when you listen to Afrobeat, Fela Kuti's Afrobeat, or even Orlando Julius. So just the way the bass interlocks with the guitar and so forth, and using the aesthetics of the 70s kind of classic instruments, organs and things like that. So trying to recreate that color of sound, really, and so yeah, it's just homage to this. About the lyrics, Biram, can you tell us about the lyrics of Kubal Kafro? Because
Kubal Kafro, I wrote this song to glorify God, because I don't say I'm religious a little bit, because I believe God and I know everything is God. That is to glorify God and to ask like better life and better for everything about God. To ask God to give us His strength, to give us, make us better, to make us to be forgiveness people. It's very, very powerful song, definitely.
Okay.
It talk about God, like a little bit like gospel,
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I like the name, the Kubal Kafro. It is incredible what Thibaut was saying there. The different musical background, from different countries put together, and also the name that you guys came up with for the track is, I think, there's not a name like that before I've come across, Kubal Kafro. So I'm sure the music obviously is very incredible as well. So let's all enjoy it here on Feferity Radio. My special guest on the line, Sir Thibaut and Biram Seck, and the band is Awale Jant Band. Well, let's listen to their brilliant track. Like Biram said, it's like a gospel, and this is the coming together of great musicians from different countries put together. Let's enjoy it. Kubal Kafro.
Yes, man. Normal.
Another great track. Another great track there. And yeah, this is a really interesting collaboration, interesting track here. I'm trying to kind of figure it out, I mean, what to make of it, but it's got everything as it described the track, Cubal Cafro.
Cubal Cafro, is a great track. The Cubano mixed with Afrobeat. Very nice.
That's it.
Cuban Afro.
And Thibaut, I've got your album here, Awale. Tell us about when you started that the group.
You mean the first album?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Awale, the first record called Just Have to Grow was released in 2012. So I think I started writing some of that stuff back in 2007. So that's when, yeah, I just started writing this sort of music with a tune called, again, it's a bit like Cuba Afro. It was called, I mean, it doesn't sound the same, but the title is Afro 9 because it was the first tune, and I was a big fan of Fela Kuti already.
Feferity Radio, nostalgic music, radio, and music.
And 9 because the beat is in you count in 9, which is unusual for Afrobeat, but that came because I was playing bass at the time for a Balkan wedding band, a Croatian wedding band, and so they play a lot of old-time signatures. So this you count 9 beat is 9-beat cycles. And so I was playing bass for this, and one day I think we were just with the rhythm section, and we were waiting for the musicians to arrive, and we started jamming, and I came up with that bass line, which is then became the backbone of that tune, Afro 9. So I came up with that bass line, and that was maybe a few years even before that, and I never did anything with the bass line until one day when I was drinking a coffee with some friends. I still remember it, and it was like a eureka moment, you know, when I thought, oh, that's it, I'm gonna make an Afrobeat tune in 9, you know,
right.
for no reason. And I just started working on this. I was very excited about it, and then there was a Cuban percussionist, master percussionist called Oreste Noda, and I'm forever grateful for him that he heard me working on that track, and he was very intrigued also and excited, and he basically gave me the kind of
push,
the blessing or something, and the push exactly to say, hey man, make some more, this is great. And so exactly, he gave me the push, and so he got me started, and basically I still haven't finished, I suppose. I'm still on the same trajectory thanks to this moment, you know. So it's very interesting. So that was it. So that's from that moment he told me, make some more tunes, and I made more of these tunes, and that became a collection of tunes to play with people. And then we had to call this a band that basically called it Awale because of the game Awale that I love playing before, even as a kid, because I guess, you know, France and its connection, as you said, the connection with Africa, and so I knew about the game Awale. That's, I think my sister brought me from Egypt. That she went for on holidays in Egypt, and I was a kid, and she brought this game back. It's probably not initially from me. I think Awale is mainly. I mean, the name come from mostly West Africa, I think, but somehow she found it in Egypt anyway.
Yeah.
And so I started playing it, and now I'm playing it with my kids as well, and they really love it.
You still got it?
It's a really nice. Not that one, not that particular one, but I think actually, maybe it's at my parents' place.
Okay.
I don't have it with me, but probably it's there. Yeah.
I mean, you know, what is going on right now, as we've seen, to do with the protest, racism, and all of that we can actually say, or you can say, is a political stuff. When it comes to music, even though there are also benefits that as a Frenchman or European has benefited a lot from African music as a whole, but take away what the political stuff is going on. When you talk about music, what's the relationship that you have witnessed amongst musicians of different race, I mean, from Africa?
Yeah?
Yeah, Thibaut, yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, for me, music is just such a great gift that you're able to communicate without a language, emotions, and so I think that's already is a great gift. Now the what I've experienced, I think from musicians from Africa in London. First of all, that I was very grateful to be in London, to be able to experience so much music firsthand from African musicians, that there's not many other places that this can happen. You can even say, even Fela Kuti, he started with High Life, and then he came to London, and then he he decided that really that's the music that he wanted to be doing. It was the same with Mulatu Astake from Ethiopia. And London has this kind of very a free approach, I think, to music that helps people to express themselves. So, and especially from African musicians, what I've experienced is a great generosity, musically, because they come with their own science, and language and everything, and so quite a lot of time. For instance, when I was at some point, I played for a while with Mosi Konde, the choir player, and so we spent a lot of time, learning the music from him. And it's the same with Afla Sake.
Yeah.
Well, I played with him. So great composers, and again, I really appreciate the way that let's say when someone, especially let's say someone like Afla Sake, a Ghanaian percussionist, and that has a global vision about his music. So he's gonna think about the whole structure and also about the details. So it's a fully fledged composer. Every single detail, for instance, in Afla's music is really thought about. So it's very, very advanced, again, so basically it's like you're going to school, if you're part of a band like this. So it's
it is great.
I'm very grateful for this. Then there's other types of musicians, again, also extremely generous, but like Biram, for instance. My experience of meeting Biram is he's like Bob Dylan or something, of Senegal. Also, he's a singer-songwriter. So he just breathes music. Music is expression, and so it's a total different approach of music to another. So it's the same for me. It's like you can find this also in other regions of the world. There's different types, of course, in terms of how you express yourself as a musician.
Yeah.
But definitely the common thread is generosity, a big heart, and showmanship, and being able to really bring a vibe together on stage. Which is so incredible, and that's just for me, it's just something I just love. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really love black music, whether it's James Brown or Robert Johnson in America, and in Africa as well. So so I've got to say, I'm so in awe with this, and you have to keep giving the credits where it's due. So
it's incredible. It's incredible.
For me, it's a great privilege.
Yeah, it's incredible. What you said, because like in London gives that sort of opportunity, that space for musicians to express themselves. That is so true. And also, whilst you're saying that, this is what I'm saying. When you take the politics away of the human existence and you look at music, and while you're talking about the generosity of the African musicians here in the UK, and that makes the understanding that you recognize, the benefits, what the impact that they've created, African musicians, and the generosity is that a lot of I think that includes all musicians per se, but if we say specifically for Africans, they play from the heart. Like you said, it breathes music. You're talking about Biram, like it goes back. For me now, this is what I would include all musicians. That if you give musicians an instrument and you put them together, they will play for days. For hours, for days, for months, without nothing. Do you agree to that?
Yeah, that's why it's difficult for families, you know, if no one's taking care of the financial side. No, because that's the blessing and the curse of the musicians.
Well, exactly.
They can't help it.
Exactly, because a lot of the music, like Biram Seck, you know, is a great songwriter, great musician, plays and, you know, produces music, but you wouldn't find the accolades in any of the broadcast or media or music, you know, articles anywhere in the UK. It doesn't mean that he's not a great musician, but what he offers for musicians like yourself and to everybody who is benefiting from it is incredible, isn't it? So that's why I said that sometimes when you play from the heart, you know, is the satisfaction you get, that the enjoyment of the people, how they receive it, rather than the amount of money that you're going to get. I'm not saying, of course, you need the money, of course, but they are playing, to play from the heart is such a beautiful thing. Is that right, Biram?
Yeah. No, that is true, because music is a key to bring peace, integration, civilization on this world. But I think the great musician, I don't say the famous musician around the world, need to do this job, because from music, like you see the time of Bob Marley. Bob Marley is very positive, you know, because the Bob Marley sing only something can make people in advance. That's what make people, you know. But some musicians, some songs, I don't agree with them. Because a musician, if you can be at the stage and 100 people watching you, you need to be messenger on these people. You need to give them the message. And what's going to be the message? The message needs to be love, peace, integration, solidarity. That make the world of peace, and everybody going to be happy and have better life. You understand? But I think music is the key for make this world better. And me, like me, en tant que I'm a musician, that when I play on this stage, you know, music is like it's my drop. You know what I mean? It's my drop. If the music do very well, the music is good, I can do everything on the stage. That is that's my problem. For me, I love to play with heart, you know. I don't joke in the stage, definitely.
And also
the music is wonderful.
And also when you talk about the music, you know, it's about integration. A lot of people might be thinking otherwise, but when you use it in a musical term, and I think it's right, because we can disagree on political integration and otherwise, but when you look at musically, integration is something that's always took place within musicians as a whole, isn't it, Thibaut?
Yeah, I think so. It's always tricky, I think. I mean, for, you know, and also to kind of start putting parallels with politics and musicians. You know, I think that's why with Biram, I agree with Biram. You know, because our message is kind of political, but not political also. So we're not about saying I think it's just to kind of to remind where the core values, you know, of life, you know, you know, should be. And,
absolutely.
You know,
well, hold it there, because we're approaching the top of the hour. So when we come back, I will play one track from your album, Don't Mind. And you're listening to Thibaut and Biram Seck on Feferity Radio. My name is Freestyle. We're going for a short pause.
Went to Africa and you told the Africans that they must all become Christians, because if they become Christians, when they die, they will go to heaven, because heaven is a wonderful place. Ladies and gentlemen, if heaven was such a good place, Do you think white people will tell black people about it? So we came to England with all the expectations of being equal. Here we are in the mother country. The white man can't come to terms with it. And I'll tell you something, as I've said before. If you English people, not white people, if you're not English, you're welcome to stay in England. If you're English and you don't like the way we are running England, please leave.
Akwesi Boutique are proud sponsors of Feferity Radio. Akwesi Boutique inspired by 50s and 60s African fashion nostalgia, yet quintessentially British with a London accent, creating custom-made orders for special occasions. Akwesi Boutique create unique hair and clothing accessories that are quirky, classic and stylish for both men and women. Akwesi is a zero-waste design boutique, sourcing distinctive and colourful textiles from remnants, making most of their items one of a kind. You can find Akwesi Boutique on Instagram and Facebook. For more information, email akwesiboutique@gmail.com or visit the website www.akwesiboutique.com.
All day, every day, playing your favorite songs. This is Feferity Radio. Feferity Radio, your nostalgic station.
Well, welcome back. Feferity Radio, my name is Freestyle. You're listening to What Are You Saying on a weekday, except for Monday, 6 to 9. And today my special guest on the line is Thibaut and Biram Seck from the band Awale Jant Band. And Awale, we're going to take one of your track now that is entitled Don't Mind. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah. So that's another, I really like that. That's one of the tracks I really enjoyed playing live, because it's high energy track, and again it stems from that first album. It was all about rhythmic exploration. So that's really showing that again. So it's it's a tune in 9/8, so which is really kind of not usual time signature for a fast, funky tune. And this is again like the inspiration of the groove for this. For me, I think it comes kind of directly from James Brown, sort of the general mood of what you can hear on the Jungle Groove records. I still listen to this record regularly. I just love it. So that's it.
That's what they say. Music never expires and it never dies. Let's take a listen. Don't mind.
Thanks.
I don't mind.
the serious funk, Afrobeat. Definitely got the groove. Awale, that's a great track there, man. It's got everything there, the funk, the groove, keeps you on the dance floor moving all night. Tell us about the musicians on this track, and who is the vocal singer there?
The singer is Badia Bourizi from Tunisia. Right. So I think she's locked down in Paris at the moment.
Oh, right.
She was there at the start. So, but she's so she sings. She usually sings in Tunisian, Arabic, but occasionally in English also. So she's got her own style, kind of jazz, sort of jazz inspired and Arabic, and so she's she does her own thing.
That is
the
beautiful.
Musicians, musicians are they all. We used to live in this same house in 2000, around the time I started writing this, maybe 2007. I think between 2003 and 2007. I lived in a house of jazzmen. So these were the jazzmen in the house, and they were very funky jazzmen. So what happened is that I was not really so much of a musician. I already played in bands and things like that, but not at the level of these cats. Let's say when I moved in the house, and I was more, and I still am a sound engineer.
Okay.
And so what happened when I moved in this house is that it was a house of musicians, so they were rehearsing in the house all the time. So I was getting all these free rehearsals and gigs at home all the time. Yeah. So that also got me inspired to also get involved in doing something with music. I had already done that before. But the thing is that I developed a relationship with those guys. We just became friends, and so when it came the time to see what those tunes I was writing would sound like, well, it was very easy to just say, "Hey, can we just record a demo and see what that sounds like?" And then they all really enjoyed playing it as well. So that's how the band started. It was literally a house band.
Yeah, that's great. Fantastic. That's a great track there. And I mean, I love the album, and the cover as well. We've talked about it so many times. The album cover is a great sketch.
Thanks. Yeah.
Of a village kind of environment, everything working together to grow together. That is incredible. Yeah. Do you remember who? Can you tell us who did the cover for you?
Yeah, for this one, it was I can't remember because it was my best friend at the time, and he sadly passed away in 2016. He's called Julien Thomasé, and so the tune in the Yewulen record called Jules is to celebrate his memory really and friendship.
Right, that's great.
So he's definitely forever in our hearts. Yeah.
Okay, Biram Seck, I'm gonna play your new one of the new track from the album, Wake Up. This is Yewulen. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Yewulen is wake up to the world. Wake up about what happened every time. You see what happened to America no long ago, what happened to UK, what happened to Africa, If the leaders wake up, you can live in this world, peace and love, integration, It's like a message to people, wake up. What happens sometimes to Africa, the leaders, the corruption, all these kind of things. Is I think the leaders sleeping, I tell them to wake up, to see, to know country is no game to play, to lead our countries good and right. You understand?
Yeah. And when you was writing this,
the message.
When you was writing this track, I know it wasn't a time like we was on the lockdown, right?
No. It's not about it's not the time of lockdown, but the time I write the track, that I write a long time ago.
Right.
Because Africa give me good inspiration to write this track about the leaders, about the politics, about the elections, you know.
Right.
But the at the right time, like the track get released, the track is in right time. You understand? Because we did see about the lockdown, about this coronavirus, and this album is out in this time, is this moment. If you see, what is the solution? Everybody want to integrate. Every government want to open the eyes. Everybody want to wake up now to fight this illness, you know, to fight this pandemic. And if you wake up long time ago, maybe it's going to be easy to fight that, more easier. Look at what happened. Yeah, see, because in Africa, you know, many in Africa, we get this illness, we get this coronavirus, where have lots of people die. But if you look at Europe, it's the developed country, the powerful country, but look at how many people. If you wake up a long time ago.
Feferity Radio, nostalgic music radio, and your nostalgic station.
Yeah.
Yeah, wake up, get out. We released the album in the right time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, let's take a listen to Awale. I think that's the album title, right?
Yeah.
Awale means wake up. Is that right?
Wake up, yeah.
Fantastic. Let's take a listen. My special guest here on Feferity Radio, Mr. Thibaut and Biram Seck, from their album we're hearing now, Awale, meaning wake up.
Mr. Thibaut.
Lima gis ne daal lima gis ci suñu réew déggoo néew na suñu biir lima gis ne daal lima gis ci suñu réew déggoo néew na suñu biir lima gis ne daal lima gis ci suñu réew déggoo néew na suñu biir lima gis ne daal lima gis ci suñu réew déggoo néew na suñu biir suñu réew yeewu leen man ne la weesu naa suñu réew ñu juboo ànd bokk ndey baay ci dikku suñu biir xam ne réew mi ñooy borom mooy yee man de jommi naa yee man de waaru naa
think this one is called the Dudu. I'm not sure. Biram, is that right? This tumba here, what is it called? The drumming.
What tumba? Tama. Talking drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them tama in Wolof.
Okay. That's brilliant. Who is playing that?
Yeah. It's from Gambia. His name is Cow Seka. He's a percussionist from Gambia. Because Awale, if you see, Awale have many like country. Like I'm from Senegal, Cow from Gambia.
Yeah.
We have bassists from France, we have bassists from Cameroon, from Nigeria.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this band is like Senegal, France, England, Gambia, and Nigeria. Yeah.
So Thibaut, you want to say something?
No, I said that's exactly it.
Yeah.
You know, Biram, has anyone told you like your voice is similar to Baba Mal?
Yeah. Sometimes people tell me your voice similar to Baba Mal. Some people tell me your voice similar to Yusundur. Some people tell me, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe before some people tell me to Chontek, you know, it's something. Because music, I know I have my proper color, but I sing in Wolof sometimes.
Yeah.
That happens, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. You can sound like a great musician, and I'm very happy to be sounded like Baba Mal, because Baba Mal is the greatest great. So, you know.
That's right.
Sound like Nur. I'm very happy people tell me that. Yeah, I mean, I do. I try to do good, but only people can judge. I cannot judge myself, you know.
Yeah.
But I try, yeah.
I mean, tell us about the performance at the Electric in Brixton. I think you were guest at Tony's Allen gig.
Okay. You know Tony Allen. We regret because we lost Tony Allen. You know, it's gone now. It's gone. Maybe it's gone in better place, I think, because it's a great man, you know. And I think his last gig in London is in Electric, and we play with him the same night.
Yes.
And I have chance to meet him, to talk to him, to take picture with me. You know, give me his phone number, tell me I can call him anytime. When I go to France, I can meet him.
Yes.
It's the greatest man, and the Electric is a great experience for us, because it's a great place to play.
Yeah.
It's a great place to play. We're very happy. I will very enjoy this night, definitely. Awale Jant Band enjoying this night. This night, very, very good.
So Thibaut,
very nice night.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was there, and what a great night it was. Thibaut, how was your experience on that night?
I loved it. I loved it so much. I wanted it to last longer, you know. But I was a bit gutted because I had to leave before to see Tony Allen in action. I was very happy to meet him before in the sound check and to say hello. But I had to. It was the time where there were lots of gigs, so. The next day, I think I had a gig in, where was it? In Italy. I was flying to Italy the next day, so I had to go home early to sleep a few hours for an early flight. So I missed that opportunity to see Tony Allen play, but so that was the only thing. But I saw also Nubian Twist. They were great on the nights also.
Yeah.
And we had the best fun to play on stage. More of this. More of this, please, in the future.
I mean, talking about the future, though. I mean, what the future looks like. I mean, when you look now at things, for you in your eyes, what the future looks like in terms of musician performance and gigs. What does that look like?
It doesn't look good. That's what it looks like for now. When I talk to people, touring agents or venues or anything, first of all, no one's got a clear vision of how things can go back to how they were, because at the moment it doesn't look like it. So maybe maybe next year or something, it's gonna sort of go back to some kind of normality. That's what people think, or some professionals in the music industry think maybe in a year time. So which means you have venues that have to hang in there for a whole year, and same with bands or musicians. It means most little venues without help will just go under, and the whole musical ecosystem that goes with it. So that's a bit scary, but it reminds me that sometimes, there's hard times. They say this recession is not. It's like the same as in the 30s or something. And I think when this happens, musicians are resourceful, and they just hang up the instrument and then maybe become delivery drivers or something for a few years, because people, if there's no space for gigs, what are you're gonna need to earn a living? I don't know, but so what I imagine is that it's gonna be very hard for everyone, and especially for musicians.
Yeah.
So I think if I was a musician and I have a family, I have no choice but to look at alternatives. I mean, it's great to play online and everything, but who's gonna pay, for a gig online, unless you're Erykah Badu or something. Who else is gonna go and pay to see someone else online play? I don't know.
I mean, it's different as well, isn't it? The feeling is different.
Yeah, exactly. It's impossible. I mean, it's just, for me, I don't want that. I don't even want to ask people to pay so that they can sit in front of their computer and watch them. I don't want that for them, so
in this time.
So it's maybe for me it's nice, but I just don't. I can't see this idea, but I maybe it's what the future is. All the science fiction movies have, done it. It's like the Matrix. Soon you're just gonna pay, and you're gonna be lying down somewhere, and you're gonna experience everything virtually. But really, I would like to stay away from that as much as possible, and just experience the real life.
What about
as much as possible?
What about this mask? I mean, if things were to come back to some kind of way, and everybody coming in to see the artist and the musician perform have to wear a mask. How about this feeling for you?
I don't know.
So I think, Biram? I think this problem going to be sorted out soon, because for me, we lost many people die, but it's the problem. Many illness happen after have all illness you see now. You go to hospital, you do have a medicine, and you get on with coronavirus is going to be like that one day. And if I day one day, it's soon as possible, because in the beginning it's more harder. People talk about medicine, don't drink paracetamol. But now sometimes, I don't know, but sometimes you hear many news, the medicine is there. Sometimes people talk about only aspirin can sort out this problem. I think little politics is on this problem, definitely. I think in the future, soon, in 2 months' time, you're going to see everything go right.
Yeah?
I hope you're right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, we're all hoping, and for that.
Yeah, you're going to have a solution.
But what about, for example, if there was to say, okay, well, yes, there's a gig, but the people should wear a mask. How is that going to work for a gig? Go watch a band live, or how is that going to work whereby the musicians, are they going to wear a mask? How are they going to sing?
But that don't work. That don't work, definitely. Musician cannot have a mask and singing, that is not possible. And the saxophonist, what the saxophone is going to do? Because, that is not possible.
So if the people want to go, and see you, and they have to wear a mask, and then the musicians don't wear a mask, how is that going to work going forward?
All the people gonna wear a mask, but the musician play without mask. Without wear a mask.
How is that going to work then? Because I mean, if you are singing, and I don't know what to say, but if you're singing, your mouth is open, which is, I think, that's a symbol of it. Don't talk with your mouth open. How is that going to work?
It cannot work.
Thibaut, when you look into it, have you come to a point where you think, at least if I was to go and play and they say the people should wear a mask, I want to go and play? How about that?
I really have no idea how these things will work. I think it will only work when you can just gather without wearing a mask. So whenever this is decided, then it will work. But it's only a matter of
your nostalgic music radio and your nostalgic
kind of gauging. Okay, now are we allowed to do this? And of course, this is gonna be the last place where you can do this. I don't know. I really have no idea when this is gonna be, because then they're talking about a second wave and a third wave, or I don't know how many waves. So for me, I really have not enough information to be able to decide, okay, how this is gonna work. So I cannot even think about what to do with gigs. And also the UK is one of the most, it's a country, you're in quarantine, so if you've got a gig, you can't do a gig abroad. You have to wait 14 days and then do your gig and then come back. So it's like a whole month just for it's impossible. So
it is a difficult one. Definitely, it is a difficult one.
Yeah. So it's only as it is now. You cannot basically. It's the same as I said. The agents, all the professionals, they don't really know what to do, how to plan for the future now. Apart from wait and see in which way things are going to be relaxed. So I think there's a lot of industry people sort of closely monitoring, okay, what's the next move of the authorities, of government, or what are we going to be allowed to do? Because obviously, also you don't really want to, you can't, if you're doing an illegal gathering, I think there's going to be a hefty fine also to pay. So no one really wants to do that.
It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. So,
but this is another track anyway. We're here now with your track, so we can all enjoy it from wherever we are. We don't have to worry about all these things, but we're just projecting, what the future could look like. This one is Amadine. Biram.
Yeah. But Amadine, I'm gonna let Thibaut explain Amadine, because Amadine is a name, is a hard daughter name. Ask her about Thibaut Amadine.
All right. Well,
okay, Thibaut. Yeah.
she's my beloved first daughter.
All right. Beautiful.
It's a song for her. So that's why it's written in French, because I'm French, and it's just about the the ray of sunshine that she brought in my life, and just how it's just a song about celebrating new life and dance.
Oh, beautiful.
More in general. Yeah.
How old is she?
That's it. She's 8 now.
Oh, fantastic. Well, let's all hear it. For all our 8-year-old, or when we used to have our children 8 years old, we can all imagine what they're like. She must be really proud of you. Amadine here on Feferity Radio. My man there, Thibaut and Biram Seck on the line from Awale Jant Band. Well, let's all take a listen. I think we're allowed to dance on this one. I can feel it already.
j'avais besoin de liberté. Puis t'es né, puis il m'a montré ô combien que de donner, libérer l'amour sans fin. Oh, Amandine, aussi douce que la pluie, Amandine, aussi forte que l'orage, Amandine, lui dire vote dans la vie, Amandine, de faire les nos démarrages, Amandine. Juste battement de cils, mon cœur doucement chaviré, de sourire si facile, comme une belle soirée d'été. Et puis dis-moi, comment c'est là d'où tu viens? Est-ce qu'il y a vraiment des gens de gardien? Oh, Amandine, quand je te prends dans mes bras, Amandine, c'est le bagalam qui s'en va, Amandine, quand tu me donnes tes mains, Amandine, pour danser sans lendemain, Amandine, dans tes yeux on peut trouver la joie de vivre, Amandine, on souffre d'exalté comme une élite, Amandine, amenez-moi là où j'ai une vie, Amandine, la liberté d'aimer qui fait vivre, Amandine.
Such a beautiful track.
Dans tes yeux on peut trouver la joie de vivre, un souffle qui désaltère comme une pénible. Amenez-moi là où j'ai une vive, la liberté d'aimer qui fait vivre.
Amadine, she's got a plenty to be proud of, isn't she? Wow, Thibaut, your daughter must be really proud of you.
Yeah, of that tune, definitely.
And this got some...
tune.
Yeah, it's got some sort of like a Spanish Latin flavor to it, right?
Yeah. Also, definitely, that's another kind of definitely Latin tune. In fact, they played that tune on the Spanish national radio. I think probably because of that.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
It's a nice thing.
yeah. And also the French national radio, they like that one too. I think it's because lyrics in French also. So
Yes.
it's nice. Yeah, it's unusual to have a French lyric with a Spanish flavor.
That's a good monetary system there. You know what I mean? With the Spanish and the French connection there, monetizing on both of those strains. That's really good.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens when the label, collects all the royalties, whatever is left.
And please try and send me the LP, the record, right? Because as I said, on Saturdays here is Vinyl Saturday, so
yeah.
I could feature that, and also we'll organize a time where we can come in. You come into the studio, we can do it live on Mixcloud. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
That is beautiful, man. This is really beautiful. How many tracks are on the album?
9, I think.
Okay.
It's 9 tracks.
Yeah.
Okay. And when is this going to be released? I mean, on Spotify and other places?
Yeah, it's already out, so you can just get it on all the places. You can listen to it on YouTube, Spotify. It's distributed by ARC Music, the label, ARC Music. So it's available everywhere there. But if you want it in vinyl, you can buy it from the band, which is on Bandcamp.
Okay.
So if you go to Bandcamp, Awale Jant Band, it's available on there too.
I mean,
and that's definitely a good way to support the artists with like limited income stream.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. And the more you know, you're doing things like this, because now it's about making taking advantage of the media platforms like this to let people know and to promote the music, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So thanks for doing that, DJ Freestyle and the Feferity Radio. Always, you know, always a good stamp of, you know, good quality music. You know, like I just every time, you know, I tune in, I know it's gonna sound good. So thanks for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Great selection.
You're welcome. And the next track we're gonna take now is Soapy.
Soapy.
Yeah.
Is a soapy? Soapy mean my love.
All right.
Yeah, it's like it's love song.
Okay. Because I was gonna ask you later on. I was gonna ask later on if that. I mean, after I've played all the tracks, to see if they are, because we've talked about all the strain of activity, but not love. So this is love. Is it in Wolof as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
In what? Yeah, in Wolof, like in Wolof. You ask me now?
Yes.
Yeah, in Wolof, soapy is a love, my love. Because it's the expression soapy is the deep word for love in Wolof. The deep, very deep word.
Okay.
Because in Wolof you say you have many type of love, like the word love, like
yes.
Nop is a love. Dama la bëgg is a love, mbëggeel. But soapy is the deepest one, right? Like the golden one.
Okay. So if you got your wife, or if you have a woman you want to marry, you can use the word soapy.
My soapy mean like my honey. It can be it's the deepest one, brother.
Okay.
It's very difficult to explain because it's very deep, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, love is deep. So soapy is even deeper. Now, we like that.
Exactly.
We like that. Well, let's all get together down with soapy. And it's a new word as well, if you want to use now to, you know, make your partner, your man or your woman smile. It's just use the word my lovely. No, not my lovely soapy. What am I talking about? My soapy, right? Or soapy.
My soapy. Yeah. My soapy, exactly.
Well, that's you hear there the voice of Biram Seck and Thibaut. Let's all listen together now. This beautiful love song here on Feferity Radio, out of the album Wake Up.
Khali bili ya di jonga ma saf nga ma. Khali bili
Feferity Radio and music and sound.
This is love, and this is real soapy. My goodness, Biram Seck,
Yeah.
you really walk this track, man. Satibo, my goodness.
Yeah.
You really walk this track, man. Serious soapy on this one.
The nice track.
I think this is so far the best for me.
Oh, glad you like it. Yeah, it's very special.
It's
Somehow
special,
it's the it's the same with like the musicians. They really like that one too. And it's just one of those. It's for some reason, like it's like an original or something. It's very original.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But you can't decide why or how, or it just happens. I suppose.
It just sounded so good, so sweet, and his vocal, everything else is just. I think there's a great work. You know, like you said about soapy being so deep. It feels like the work that was put in, especially, the album is fantastic, really, but everyone is going to like a particular track from an album, isn't it? Right? And I think this one for me, stands out. Let's take another track. This is Kasak. Tell us about it.
Okay, Kasak is it's like a traditional song for the circumcision. In Senegal, the Muslim, when you are young boy, you're gonna have circumcision, and if you do the circumcision, the night time, we're gonna sing like a traditional song. And we around like inside the house, big house with the fire in the middle.
Right.
Everybody watch and we sing for the circumcision. The boys sit down, with white clothes, and we sing for them. This song is a part of the song we do sometimes for them. It's very, very traditional.
Okay, it's like it's for the boys, yeah.
The boys have circumcision, yeah.
Okay, or circumcision.
You understand it? Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
because
yes.
my pronunciation is right.
No,
exactly.
It's true, because I remember that in Sierra Leone, in the northern part of Sierra Leone, a place called Kabbalah, Akoina Dugu district. You see that all the time. Like when they go for circumcision, it's like a 3 months, sometimes long. And when they graduate, and they come out,
exactly.
It's a big celebration, isn't it?
Exactly. This song is the part of the song we make for them.
Yes, to encourage them, to give them more courage, more strength.
Exactly.
Wow, let's take a listen to Kasak. Shout out to you, Mr. Leon. You make me laugh. We're glad that you're really enjoying the selections here. And music from Awale Jant Band from the album Wake Up. And it's available on all your music stores. Well, it's 9 minutes to go. Let me bring my special guest on. What a great track. This one, I really like this as well. Welcome, guys.
Thanks.
Yes, man.
This is beautiful. I mean, we've got one more. Actually, we got two more from the album. Jules.
Yeah.
And then is he Jeunesse. And I don't think we're gonna have the time to play both of them, but let's see. But I'm gonna play Jeunesse now. Awale, you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, Jeunesse. Thibaut, can explain them Jeunesse?
Okay. Yeah, Jeunesse is French word for youth. But Biram wrote the lyrics in Wolof. But it's calling the youth to respect their elders and to not waste their youth, basically, and kind of to just to use the time, to their benefit. I think the youth maybe now is, they're conscious people, so I think they might be doing just that. But it's just to encourage, the young generation to use their time and energy wisely, basically.
Well, that's a great one. I mean, we all have to really help each other, and as a musician, this work by encouraging youth to be much more proactive is a good thing. Well, let's all enjoy it here on Feferity Radio. Another great track. It's a shame that we're coming towards the top of the hour. But guys, Thibaut and Biram Seck, it has been a pleasure really having you here today and to share with us your brand new release, Wake Up. And we've really had a good time. We've enjoyed it, and I'm gonna really keep featuring them here on Feferity Radio.
Wow, thanks, Clarence. It's been a great honor and great pleasure to be spending some time with you this evening, Feferity Radio. Thanks a lot.
Any shouts there to anyone before you go?
Yeah, man. Feferity Radio, we're very happy to be here.
You do it for them, they do it for you. Yeah. Big shout to all our families, to all the doctors and nurses, to Gypsy Delica, and Gypsy is a band of a good friend of mine, and just to all our musicians, fellow musicians struggling, and that we just need to keep hope and be have solidarity together, and
wear the mask.
And
the main thing is love.
Well, on that note, I want to say thank you very much. We've loved everything that, your contribution here today on Feferity Radio. What are you saying with freestyle? And, we'll encourage people to go and search for your track, your album, to play it more and more, and we'll do our best to feature it here. And I hope one day we can have you live on our Mixcloud live event.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Definitely.
Well, I'm going to finish off with Jules. I also want to thank you very much for being with me here on Feferity Radio. Thank you very much, Sir Thibaut and Biram Seck.
Thanks so much.
Thank you
so much. Yeah, man.
Take care now. This is Jules. For my special guest, Sir Thibaut and Biram Seck. Awale Jant Band. From the album there, Wake Up. And I want to thank each and everyone for listening, for all your participation. I'll be here tomorrow on Feferity Radio. I'll be here from 6. Thank you, and take care of yourselves. Until then, Soppy.